slowing down.
Fuck that guy, seriously. Also, actually, seriously, I try to break the rules and say the F word quickly. If YouTube wants to ban me, they'll do it now. That being said, two things. Seriously, go check out Aaron Lane. Follow Aaron Lane music, please. Double Aaron Lane, like 3 little black sheep, one went down the lane. 3 bags of wool. I don't fucking know. But that Aaron Lane music, he's fantastic. Don't associate him with me. Associate him with good music. He looks that good with a band. You should see him acoustic like brunch at Southern Riverwalk. You should see him there. He's amazing. I'd like to hook him up with my co-host tonight, to be honest. I think I just don't think she deserves him. He's that good, guys. He's that good. Couple of things before we get going. Back to Southern Riverwalk. We didn't mention it last week on the show. We'll mention it this week that we did a little fundraiser during the holidays. I dressed up as Santa Claus, and Lucy Gunn is a store in downtown St. Mary's, Georgia. Let me be Santa Claus there on a Saturday morning through afternoon to raise money for a local lady that's suffering from diagnosed with cancer and suffering from chemo and needs a little help. That being said, I started as Santa. I got a message from a guy named David Tucker, who's awesome. And David Tucker was like, we should do Boston Butts. I was like, great, man. We'll spread awareness any way we can. I did Santa on that day. We put this together in like 2 days, people. On the day I played Santa, I raised like $540 or something on butt orders and just donations. And sure enough, walks the owner of Southern Riverwalk and matches it. Well, he gives me $500 because that's what I told him I thought I had. So $500. So one day we're at $1,040. We actually, I was out at that point, but David Tucker and his crew, a lot of them got together. They sold the butts. They cooked the butts at New Year. About almost $7,000 for this young lady who's going through a hard time. So that is our community. And sometimes it starts with anyone that listens here. So like it or not, thanks for anything. When I do say thanks for anything and everything, I do want to mention that it is 2 years today since my first release of the podcast. And it's been, I listened to that a little bit today and I couldn't get through it. It was terrible. Still probably is. So if you do get through it, I appreciate it. That all being said, this is it. The second one of the year. This is going to be a good one. This is going to be a real one. We got a lot of good shit coming. I'm going to do something like Dirty Jobs. If you guys have ever seen Dirty Jobs, we're going to be doing Camden Dirty Jobs per se, local stuff. That's going to be coming real soon next week at Bennett Chevrolet, actually, of all places. But let's get started with the second bitch and moan session. Let me preface with this before I bitch and moan at my gay ass guest. I do love her. Before I bitch and moan at her, I need to let you know that I am now 18 days cigarette free, and I am ready to bust your fucking throats out. I'm ready to pull heads off, rant and rave, and get ridiculous, and I'm going to go fucking nuts first at my awesome-ass co-host, Miss Tory Stephens.
Hey.
Shitty music off.
Oh, can you hear it?
Yeah.
Hold on.
You've got a microphone on.
Yo.
What are you fucking doing? Is this a seance? Tori, is that like seriously help vampire go to sleep music? What the fuck is that?
I was watching a show. It's a new show on Netflix.
A new show on Netflix.
I forget what it's
Cuties?
called. No, it's not.
That was
I don't
a
know.
fucking
It's
hell of a
suspense.
show. Hell of a show.
How I Met Your Father came out today. I tried to watch it, but I got distracted on my phone and didn't watch a single bit of it.
I'll tell you right now. First of all, God bless and God rest Bob Saget. Because he was the narrator, remember? He was the narrator in How I Met Your Mother. He was Ted's voice. He was the guy that was telling the story. It was Bob Saget.
How was he Ted's voice? It sounded like Ted.
What the voiceover, the narrator that was like, "Hey kids, do you know what I'm talking about?" The whole premise of the show.
Yeah, but I thought
was
that was.
That's Bob Saget's voice.
I thought that was
Bob
Ted's
Saget.
voice. That was Ted's voice, right?
It's Ted, but it's not the same actor. It's Bob. You're
Googling
fucking
this.
hitting me up with a show called How I Met Your Father, which is a spinoff, which I don't know shit about until right now. And you're hitting me with, you don't even know that Bob Saget was on that show for fucking 12 years? Here's what I'll tell you about while you're looking it up. I can look it up and show all the people if you'd like. I can do that.
It says that How I Met Your Father does a tribute to him. For
Good,
How I
because
Met
he
Your Mother.
just died last week. And some people would guess that it was because he got a hold of Jacksonville fentanyl because he was hanging out in Jacksonville fucking Saturday night.
Lovely.
I wouldn't say that, but
I
some people have and would.
I don't know. Wasn't he a creep anyway? Like, didn't he like make jokes about how he would like?
Listen,
he said he would like molest the doll that was supposed to be.
It's fucking hilarious. Listen, this guy was. If the reason, this is it right here, right? And we can talk about anything you want on this podcast, Tory. But you thinking he was a creep, right, is one thing, and we can sideline that for 1 second to let you know that he hosted America's Funniest Videos. He starred for 10 years as the fucking dad, and then came back and still is lame and cheesy as fuck on the Netflix release or re-release of Full House. What an incredible actor. And to be completely fair, if you really want to hear my opinion, what an incredible comedian that he can go out there and be fucking dirty as shit. I didn't go and be clean as shit, but he probably is just a nice fucking guy that just knew how to act.
Maybe.
And entertain.
I don't really have a big opinion on him. Like, I didn't find him that
fair
funny.
enough.
I just thought.
Did you watch America's Funniest Home Videos when I was 5, 6, 7, 8?
I mean, I watched it when he was hosting it.
And he was a great narrator on those videos, hence why a very successful show calls on him to do the narration, I think. So God rest his soul, all that shit. Here's my thing on How I Met Your Father.
Mm-hmm.
I watched How I Met Your Mother. I kind of binged it. And the ending was fucking terrible.
I know.
I'm not interested in anything else. Not interested in anything else they do. They fucking.
So, How I Met Your Father, the main character that's the mother is Hilary Duff.
Don't care. How's it going to end? Just like shit?
Well, it's probably not going to end with her marrying Robin, probably.
I remember being like out of town in a big city. And as you know, I don't live in one. Actually, you know what? Around the time I was probably living in Atlanta. So that's where it was. I'm on the subway or in MARTA. And there's like fucking posters like, check this next episode out because Barney's marrying Robin. And I wasn't a fan of the show, but I remembered seeing some episodes and be like, that's peculiar because it didn't look like that would ever happen. I might tune in on Wednesday or whatever fucking day it was. It was advertised through the city subway system. You know what I mean? And then they just was like, in 3 episodes, they just wrapped it up like, oh, they didn't like each other. It was a mutual divorce. And now we're getting married at 60. Like, it was the weirdest. It was Game of Thrones, How I Met Your Mother. Endings, don't care. I don't care about spinoffs at that point. They fucked me.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not that passionate about it.
I just watched Degrassi over and over and over and over.
I was too late for that.
And then they're about to reboot it on HBO. So I'm like, there's more. There was like fucking 18 seasons, like Grey's Anatomy, dude.
Drake was on that shit, right?
Drake was, yeah.
That's crazy. Way before he was Drake.
He had a really skinny head. It doesn't even barely look like him.
Can we look at a picture of Drake without getting sued? Let's try to do that.
I think
this is what we'll do.
But him on his name is like Aubrey Graham. He wasn't even called Drake back then, you know.
Well, I guess we can look at Wikipedia without getting sued because I donate to that shit. So his name is Aubrey Drake Graham or Graham. He's got the same birth year as me. He's got the same birthday as my dad.
He aged a lot better than you.
He's got billions of dollars, man.
Black
Drake and Degrassi. Let's check the pictures of this bitch out.
He was in a wheelchair on Degrassi. He got shot.
He got shot?
Yeah. He got shot.
I thought
That's how he's in the wheelchair.
Like a basketball star that like broke his leg or something.
No, he got shot by a school shooter.
Oh, damn. Degrassi tackled that. So what year was
tackles
Degrassi?
every single thing. I think it starts in 2000. So it starts in Degrassi Junior High, and then there's Degrassi High. They're like in the 80s. And then Degrassi Next Generation came about, I think, in 2008 or 2006.
So, yeah. So I was too late for Saved by the Bell, but I enjoyed it because I was a kid and it was like whatever. Like it was reruns at that time when I was watching it. I was too early for Degrassi because it was like I'm hitting that age where like some of these 13-years, I don't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I was right in the middle, but I was also just a little too immature for Dawson's Creek.
I haven't watched Dawson's Creek.
Was kind of my shit.
I love One Tree Hill and Gossip Girl and all those shits. But what's so funny is I just looked into. I didn't realize
when I was a kid. Yeah.
I didn't realize anything about the writer's strike from back then, and a lot of these shows that I'm
I remember that.
A lot of these shows I'm finally watching. I'm like, why does this year on all these shows I'm watching have a shorter season? That is so weird.
Seasons, Tori, but like I remember I was in college, I think, when it happened. Like The Office was hitting its peak. Nip Tuck was one of my favorite shows in college. Now, people who don't understand, it was like 10 years ago or even more. People
that don't understand, he's like 20 freaking years older than me.
But what they were doing, Tori, it was like they would hire these freelancers or these people that just were in Hollywood working as waiters that just wanted to be writers. And all of a sudden, Nip Tuck, like this like 6 season in, like awesome show, turns into like there's aliens that need plastic surgery.
Bones actually got canceled after that. Bones
so much shit got canceled after that.
Gossip Girl, Grey's Anatomy, One Tree Hill, all of that survived, but
it just some things survived, and then some things got revamped when they understood and negotiated.
A lot of things instead of hiring. Well, that's why the ones that didn't hire like shitty writers to replace, they just like cut it off and was like, well, we'll wait.
Yeah, we're just going to do 6 episodes instead of 12, and then you're fucked.
Yeah, and they some of them like Degrassi, which Degrassi is a Canadian show, wasn't involved, but like Gossip Girl, Grey's Anatomy.
Drake.
Their seasons are freaking like 25 episodes per season. Some of them like
I enjoy British shows because they're only 6 episodes.
They were cut out to 6 episodes.
I love that. Oh, so wait, correct. Put a pin in that because go ahead. Never mind. Go ahead.
I was gonna just finish that saying like those shows actually took an 8-month break.
Well, what I was gonna ask is, do you think they turned so they'd recorded 18 episodes and it was gonna be 1 season, but what they did they do 3 seasons out of that just writer strike shit?
No, they didn't do a full.
They just cut it and didn't do anything else.
They didn't do a full season. They just cut it and then didn't come back for like 8 months.
Sweet.
And then came up with some weird, abrupt reason, like why you haven't seen them in so long.
Oh, that's what happens, man. It's so we binged Yellowstone. Have you watched Yellowstone?
No.
All right, we just binged it, and it's pretty fucking awesome. It's the Western Game of Thrones.
I haven't binged.
It's pretty cool, and there's a lot of cool characters, a lot of good actors. But what happened is we binged it.
One day.
Huh?
I said the only thing I've watched like that, I watched Squid Games in one day.
I haven't done Squid Games. I'll be honest. I'm not. Well, I tried. I'm just not that interested.
Everybody has.
Yeah, I know. But I finally did Yellowstone, which is, I guess, 4 or 5 years old now. But what I'm saying about it is they did a pretty good job, especially if you binge it. And I think that's what people need to try to do more. Some shows is Yellowstone from season 1 till now, which is like 4 or 5 years or 4 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a total of maybe 6 months. But season 1 through 3 were like days, weeks. And then they did like a whole thing where he was in a coma. And then they were like, this has been like 8 months or so. So it's something like that. But it's, I recently
started watching freaking One Tree Hill, and it has a different dynamic than all of the other ones. I'm like in season 6 right now. I'm almost done with it. But season 4 to season 5, they cut to 4 years in the future. They skip college, and it's just them as adults. And I think that was insanely smart move to keep it going.
Is that what happened? Like did they take a break kind of thing anyway?
They didn't take a break. They just
these actors are getting older.
Instead of like showing them all splitting up and going to college and living their own lives, it kind of showed 4 years in the future they all ended up coming back home. 4 years to get rid of that awkward college shit,
Yeah, I actually watched American Reunion the other night, and I want to pick that apart because it's so terribly cheesy. But I see what you're saying, and it's a good measure, especially for kids that get busy and shit. I did want to talk about a lot of stuff tonight. We don't care. But I do want look. If I make you look like a fool, please just get defensive and make me look like one. But I want to talk about this festival that you're so pumped about.
Yeah, I want to go. Even though it's 12 hours, though, it's going to be kind of shitty.
So two things about it. Before we go any further, before I fuck with you about it, I want to fuck with some people about it. And just kind of, I want to go. So it's so, correct me if I'm wrong, right? It's like a 1-day festival in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And this is what I know. It's like $20 down. Like they're financing tickets and they go on sale on Friday. All I've seen, and it's also, when is it? Like
October.
So I think 9 months from now.
Right.
Like you can get pregnant and still go and then have a baby after it.
Mm-hmm.
That's how fucking long. Anyway, it's a long time from now. And you can pay $20 down. And you can. All I've seen is, I want to go. Who the fuck can't make payments for 9 months? You guys could fucking go. Then fucking go.
It's not even that.
Not just you. I've seen it all over. I want to go, but I want to go.
It's $230 just to buy general admission right now.
Fair enough. And Vegas is cheap as shit. And if you book Vegas now, it's real cheap. And if you go to booking.com, you can reserve. Vegas is cheap as fuck to stay.
Oh, to stay.
Oh, it's so cheap to get to Vegas and back and spend all your money at the casino and stay in Vegas. The people that are telling me that they can't, before I fuck with this festival, before I hate the shit out of it, I want people to know that if that's your fucking thing and you're sitting here in January saying that you can't get there in October, unless you are, obviously expecting a baby or something.
Right. Or just had a baby.
Or your mom's got fucking cancer, or you.
Right.
Even if you just had a baby,
cancer.
Or you know what I'm saying?
You could go.
You can go.
If you really wanted to go, you would go.
If I didn't have to work, or if I wasn't in school, you take a fucking day off, you fucking bitch.
It's 1 day. It's 12 hours.
Go. You know how many times, and I mean this, again, before I hate on this shit, I need people to understand where I'm coming from musically, is I fucking driven 7 hours by myself to hang out with 3 friends for 3 hours and driven back 7 hours and this is a record, guys. This is recorded for the whole world to hear. Seriously, I've done it just to see my band and come back. And it's it. Richard fucking McIntosh and me, this is not even my fucking jam band drug days, guys. This is pre that. We went to Atlanta to see Coldplay on a Tuesday night, drove 5 hours midway through school, came back. I had to chug a fucking bag of sour Skittles to stay awake. We're dying. It was dumb, but it was we saw the show and then drove. This is a 20-hour just fucking trip to see your band. You can afford it and you can do it, guys. So fucking do it. Tory, give me your speech on that before we hate on this fucking piece of shit festival.
I mean, I just said if you really wanted to do something, you'd do it. And that's really all I have to say.
You just fucking did it. Didn't you?
Did what?
You saw half this fucking country?
Oh, well, I went to Colorado.
You saw stuff that half this country hasn't seen.
Well, I went to Halloween Horror Nights. Whoop, whoop. And then I went to Colorado, in the same.
There you go. You went out west, did some fucking caves and some mountains and shit.
Yeah.
All right, let's check out this festival.
Yeah.
Because I want to kill you. I just want to tear it apart, but I also want you to go and tell me everything you love about it and why you're excited about it and when it is and when you promote the shit out of it. All right.
I think that they should have named it the Warped Tour.
So it's like a Warped Tour, but it's 2022.
Right, which is what they should have called it. Which
I'm trying to pull up the lineup.
You made the comment of why did they call it?
Oh, we can talk about that in just a goddamn second.
Because exactly, they should have called it like the Elder Emo Reunion Tour.
So let's see if we can pull that in. Oh, that's right. But I guess what I'm saying is, that's what I'm saying is, so you've got, so no, it's called When We Were Young, which as soon as I seen it, I know the song is called.
The name of that song is When You Were Young, right?
I was going to say, I know it's When You Were Young, but I've had that song in my head.
They should have literally called it Warped Tour Reunion or Elder Emo Reunion Festival.
So I remember most of these bands. I was into The Used. I liked My Chemical Romance. A few times. But I think, so have I. But I think there's like some generational difference in some of these guys. Like A Day to Remember, I was too old for. But similar. I also came up with My Chemical Romance. So like I hate fucking 2008ers
got like
that are
Alkaline
like
Trio. You've also got like Alkaline Trio.
Oh, so you want to get fucking deep on the
which are a little bit random. I think Alkaline Trio is random there. Then you got the newer ones like Poppy, who's like this insane little internet girl. But I will say, I think Jimmy Eat World's random for in there.
I love Jimmy Eat World. I used to Bright love
Eyes. I think it's super random because
I used to like Bright Eyes.
I loved Bright Eyes, but Connor Oberlin never fucking does these things anymore.
I'm trying to pull up this.
But it's just such a wide variety of all emo music scattered that it's just like
but it's not even all emo.
There's some.
But here's where it gets a little gay though, Tori. Like, all right, this is a little better. So what you got is.
Tell me you don't want to see Avril Lavigne. Like, don't.
Listen? I'll be honest. I was 16 years old, fresh license. Okay, fresh driver's license when like Complicated was a hit fucking tune. So guess what was on a burnt CD when I was fresh 16-year-old was fucking Avril Lavigne. So I'm not hating so much as the fact that I was a young kid.
Bro, tell me why I'm just sitting here trying to
lineup.
Tell me why I've been sitting here trying to close this YouTube ad and it's not my screen.
It's I do shit all the time like that. I was just trying to do it. I was actually just trying to do it here and almost fucked up our connection. This is why I've got a program where you could actually do that shit while I do this.
Bro, I'm telling you, that is going to be the sickest show, and I think that
here's what I'm gonna keep
because they're all playing at the same time. Like, what are you gonna do?
Oh, here's what you're gonna do: they're all gonna play for 25 minutes, like Warped Tour, but it was 3 days. And here's what else they're gonna do: they're gonna take 10 to 15 minutes each time to do a sound check. Taking back Sundays in there, and it's a tiny little fucking
like 4
sticker.
Stages. They have 3 or 4 stages.
So you're not gonna see. Well, they're going to do right. Here's your 4 that you see. But Dashboard, that is a... Remember how bad he was?
Yeah, I did not like Dashboard Confessional.
No, look, I hate all of them. I didn't even see Avril Lavigne. Census fails somewhere. Look, this is everything that every single person on
Say
this
what you want this list. But I want to see My Chemical Romance more than anything there.
I want to hear your passion about it, and I listen to any excuse you got. But here's my thing. Every single, and I'm going to scroll up and down a few times, like I'd be looking at your butt. Every single artist and band on this fucking list right here is just trying to get a little bit of money because they're all fucked.
I'm okay with that.
Taking Back Sunday, they might live in $14 million mansions. I don't know, but they're all done. AFI, like this is a trend.
But you know what? Hey, there's some artists on here that I know that you don't recognize, like Neck Deep, Motionless in White.
I know what you're trying to do.
Really, really new to the scene, and I think this is really good.
So give me that. Hold on. I'm sorry. I apologize. So you've got a few here that you could vouch that are new to the scene.
Yes.
Which is that's cool.
To the left of Bright Eyes, Poppy, Paris.
Okay.
That Nessa Barrett.
Where the fuck's Bright Eyes? I just fucking
the big
had
blue
it.
one. It's the big one. That
there it is. Okay,
sticker.
so these guys, Poppy or Play Al?
To your right.
Oh, okay. Poppy here.
Yeah. Then you've got Lil Huddy, you got Wolf Alice, you have Neck Deep. They're really big right now. There's an actual whole
I like to see that, obviously.
There's a whole Gen Z rehatching of emo right now going on. That's why elder emo is even a term right now, because the scene's coming back. The scene's coming back. And so
everything's coming back.
Oh, it's funny. Oh shit, I just saw Baysides on this list. Holy fuck.
So I mean, I think it's good for anyone that likes it, and I get that. But let's just talk in general and just to be funny and whatever, is that like these guys are all out in like 05, 04. Like the used 04. My Chemical Romance, I remember in 05. Thursday, they probably had 3 albums by 04. War all the time. Hawthorne Heights, I associate with Planet Radio changing their shit and then starting to play things like Hawthorne Heights, which is about 2003.
Well, so, I liked that more because, they were playing
Avril Lavigne, 2002. I got my license. No, I'm not hating on the year. I'm just trying to associate the year, right?
Yeah.
So this is now 2022. We would say this is 2012 to 15 peak, or 02 to 05 peak, which is about 17 to 20 years, right? So here's what we're going to do, Tori. We're going to look at top 10 songs.
I like when you say hold on. That. I don't know.
10 to 17 years prior to that, right? So that would mean that me and my buddies are going to go to that show, if you will. So let's go to top 10 songs, 1996. It's all coming back to me now. So that's funny? The first fucking song is Celine Dion going, it's all coming back to me now. This is what's funny is on
TikTok, that song is currently trending hardcore right now with the young people. And it's like, really?
Yeah. Is it
so
really?
The young people.
This is the fucking worst thing I've ever seen.
The young people unironically think that Celine Dion was like a mood. Like the young people think Celine Dion
was a mood.
Such a posh, crazy. They're like fascinated, and we're like
French.
Yeah, we felt the same way.
Yeah, you're goddamn right. Have you ever fucking seen Titanic without the internet?
Yeah,
like, Titanic did come around when like some families didn't have the internet.
If you cut the movie off when they have sex in the car, it's a love story. If you start the movie with them having sex in the car, it's
a one-night stand, man.
In the car, you got a scary ass movie on your hands. You can split it up into 2 different fucking genres by just splitting the movie.
Well, they used to split it up into 2 different VHS tapes.
I thought it was 3.
No, it was just the 2 tapes.
Oh, it was just 2. Okay.
Just the 2 tapes. Braveheart was like that.
Braveheart was #1 movie out when I was born.
You're 95?
95.
96? Okay. 95. So Braveheart's my favorite film ever.
I was like, why do you know that?
Incredibly inaccurate. I
don't know why. That just reminded me of, I met a guy at the bar one time and I was like, my birthday is January 9th. He goes, you have the same birthday as Jimmy Page and David Matthews. And I was like,
I did not know Dave Matthews' birthday is Jimmy Page's birthday.
But why do you know that right off the bat? Like, I thought that was the creepiest shit.
2 things I need from you right now is 2 things. One thing I need to say is I've got a great story if you'd like to hear it about Jimmy Page's birthday. 1. And number 2 is like, why the fuck was me saying I like Braveheart? It's my favorite film. Remind you to go, hey, I met some guy at the bar that said
because here's what happened to my brain there. I thought it was ironic. I thought it was ironic that I said that was the #1 movie when I was born, and you were already like 1995. That's what reminded me of saying.
Because I knew.
You have that birthday.
Fine. That's okay. Listen, I don't think so. No, now in hindsight, now that I know that you're talking about, I don't think that's fair. I think some people are just good with dates like that.
Oh, I'm not.
I really I appreciate it. I've actually got fucked before on not like late, but like
on what? On what? Tell us.
No, on something stupid like remembering a name.
On
no. Like I remembered her name and like we had a conversation, right? I'm talking like college time and stuff. Like let's say me and you had I kind of almost remember everything about you when we first met. Right? And it's not creepy to me.
Fucking day. I'm so sorry.
No, but we had a good time. We established the fact that we were
that you're autistic
the ones that partied.
Fuck, I know. Yeah, we got that out of the way.
I remember, but what I'm saying is, like, I've had those moments when I was younger. It was like, oh no, yeah, I remember that. And no, yeah, your name is Laurel, and you like Jeeps. Like, I don't know.
I have a crazy good memory.
And then they're like, dude, that guy's fucking nuts. He's a fucking creep. I'm like, are you fucking joking?
I do that with dates. I don't do it with dates. But everything
it wasn't even date. It wasn't even like date. It was just like, hey, I see you again. What's up? Like,
no. I mean, like,
I could do that with a dude though. I could be like, oh yeah, man, you're the fucking.
I mean, like January 8th, like dates.
I can do that too. That's what I'm saying. I can do that.
Do that. But I'll look at somebody.
I'm associating with. I remember you can do it with a lot of stuff.
I just popped you out of my fucking earlobes. Goodbye.
No, I can still hear you. Remember, I can still hear you, even though you can't hear me. We can still hear you.
I know. Yeah. Hey.
Yeah. So no, but I don't think he's creepy for that. I don't think he's creepy for remembering dates.
No, he's not.
Actually, I don't think it's autistic. I think it's like.
No, it was funny that, like, I know who has the same birthday as me, and a lot of people will say, "Oh, Jimmy Page," because they're a fan. But I thought it was funny that he goes Jimmy Page and David Matthews. I was like,
I didn't know Dave Matthews. That's a little.
What is?
Cool I guess I'm way cooler than him because I didn't.
Since my birthday was like last week, I will say a cool fact about my birthday.
Oh, please!
Because my birthday is in 95. My birthday is January 9th. So
Jimmy Page, Dave Matthews.
If you take,
I did know what Jimmy Page is for real.
If you take the year 1995 and put slits in it, it's my birthday. 1995.
That is fucking cool. So
it is
this
fucking
year,
cool. But now
let's talk about this year and what they're gonna have. It's like 2/22/22, 2/2/22, and is that it? That's all the fun ones.
I will say earlier I was thinking about, I don't know why that reminded me of, because it's like 22. You know, for some reason, even though I was alive for it, whenever people say 9/11, I'm like, yes, September 2011. I'm like, wait, that's not when.
Oh yeah, man.
I do that all the freaking time.
Happen. No, that makes perfect sense to me, Tori. Like, that's fine with me. Like, honestly, it's. I mean, if you really think you are now, it's 2022 now. So for the rest of everything, we're gonna say 20, 21, 22.
Right. So
at the end of the day,
I feel like we're 17. Like the Renaissance. Don't you ever feel
you know,
like
yeah, you'll say
the 20s
12.
Again. We're the Great Gatsby trash version.
Well, I mean, I guess you get away with all of it. No. We're going to diagnose the 9/11 thing. I heard you, and I thought it was funny.
It wasn't supposed to be. It
you can say
my brain works.
You can everything you can say. Yeah, you have to say 01 through 09.
Mm-hmm.
After that, it's 10, 11, 12. Actually, 2010, you have to say 2010 for whatever reason.
What is funny is the fact
that everything else you
like
can say 11.
Talking about music.
2011, you have to say 2011.
Talking about
probably
music
because of 9/11.
I've noticed how weird it is talking about like eras of music. I'm like, oh, the 2010s. Like, that sounds weird to say compared to like the 90s, the 80s, because we're not going to say
call it. What do you call 2000 through 2009?
The early 2000s.
It's the knots in like English-speaking Europe.
The knots.
Like the knots. Zero.
Like knots.
It sounds like that. Yeah. Sounds like knots.
I'm making sure I'm hearing the same word.
And it might be spelled like that. I have to look.
Okay.
But they call it the knots.
Knots like the wind. It's not a wind
I think
term.
Back in like old English, I think back in the day, not like it used to be. I think even. No, I don't.
I wonder if it's like a
Sailing.
notches. I wonder if like that's notches, like the notches of the first.
We can try to look it up. I mean, this is what we do. You want to try and look it up?
Bro, I get lost in Wikipedia every day.
Girl, this is what I do.
Do you actually pay? You actually contribute to the Wikipedia page? Did I hear you
so
say
when
that?
they ask for money, I give them $3.
Wow, you're such a fucking great Samaritan.
No, it's
thank you for supporting the dumbass community. Do you ever type stuff in like, "Hey, I know this guy more than you"?
I think I think I kind of see what you're trying to do, and we're gonna look at the knots in just a second. How do I do this?
What did you do?
No. I don't know, but I'm trying. No, I think it's important to just. I'm telling you, when I was making $10 an hour, like fucking shitty money, Wikipedia was like.
You're so inconsiderate.
No. See, here's how I'll start this quick story is. I think 14, and again, I was 24 when you were 14, probably. And this is when I established this theory. It's like, I wish, and I know that I can jerk off at any fucking goddamn second. And I know there's a lot of triggers to take me to go jerk off.
You won't do it right now. I'm just kidding.
I fucking will. I've actually pissed on a podcast numerous times. It's funny as fuck. If you go back and check it out, it's funny. And one of these days I will. One of these days, one of them might. One of these days I will definitely come on a podcast. But what I'm trying to say is
on a cracker and eat it.
Hey, if it's for fundraising, we'll see what we can do. But what I am saying is like, there's so much fucking info right here. And what I used to hate was like, I worked with this guy when like a kid was like 14 or 15, right? And what happened was like she just used his phone for Snapchat and Facebook and selfies and I'm just like, you understand, like any answer to any fucking question you have is right there. And I've been using Wikipedia for the good of me and my education and my family and all that. I think educating myself. And it was the first time they ever asked me for money. And I'm like, you know what? I'll fucking give them $3 right fucking now. And I did. And I swear on it, I give them $3 every time that ad comes up. I don't subscribe to give them $3. Wonder,
are they fucking lying?
I don't think so. I really don't.
Well, I used to work at a place and they would collect $1 for silverware that we kept throwing away every night. We had like 70 servers.
I think
I'm just saying, dude.
This is what I do. I pay like $30 a month for my webpage and my domain and stuff. So I think at the end of the day, that's probably all they're really paying.
Doesn't domain sound like a fucking dirty word?
Oh, you're goddamn right. You're goddamn right about that.
Dirty.
I want to domain you.
While eating lo mein.
Domain you. I want to domain the shit out of you.
That sounds dirty.
Yeah, right?
I was sitting there after doing all that domain.
I want to get right up in your domain. That's it. That's the word. So, speaking of domain, I've got a lot that I wanted to talk about. We don't have to go nuts, but I do want to talk a little bit about this. Hey! I like to get fucking irrational, as you know. I like to talk about
I got borderline personality disorder, baby. My middle name is Irrational. My second middle name is Audacity.
Guess what I do about that?
Drink. That's what I do.
No, I fucking host a podcast and I start fucking relating to people and making people talk about it. Meaning I get irrational and I say that if you work for Doordash and you fucking complain about your tips on public fucking forums, you're a cunt. Go.
Did somebody complain about your tip, Mick?
No, not mine.
You what?
That's funny. It's funny. No, seriously.
Hey, I was Crab Legs Girl. I don't want to hear it. I was literally, do you remember that? I was known as Crab Legs Girl on Rants and Raves.
Are you really worried about my tip? Are you fucking serious about my tip? Jesus fuck. I wish I farted. That'd be way more entertaining than the burps. But
did you see that shit though?
If you're a DoorDasher,
I went viral on Rants and Raves that you fucking post this on sometimes because I complained. My fucking DoorDasher told me tips weren't working and to Cash App her. I was like,
oh no thanks.
And then she ate some of my food, so I posted it on Rants and Raves, and some of these people are like, "What did she do? Eat your crab legs?"
Oh, DoorDasher ate your food?
Bro, I swear to God, it was Mother's Day. I bet you she had fucking plates and shit and did that all day. I bet you. And I met somebody that knew her that says she does that all the time.
I'd go nuts.
I went nuts, but here's the responses. I go, it was Mother's Day. It was during quarantine, like Corona had just started. We couldn't.
Okay, oh yeah, back in the 20s.
So I even got alcohol. I ordered like a margarita, and I got
You got that to go? Oh, yeah. You were in Florida.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I got that to go from Salt Life.
Yeah.
And I post that shit, and somebody goes, "What? How is she gonna drive with buttery fingers like that?" I'm like, "Bitch, what the fuck? Why do y'all think that she?"
That's what. That's a good line. Lawyered. Yeah, that's lawyered, bitch. Seriously, I like that defense. Tory, I'm in. Fuck you. How's she gonna drive with buttery ass fingers, bitch? Fuck you and your theory. She didn't steal your food. Do you think that might happen? Like, I order McDonald's DoorDash. McDonald's for the example. And that motherfucker's like, well, I'm going to steal half them fries. Eats half my fries, puts them in the back, seals it. And I'm obviously blaming the DoorDasher. Right? Yeah. I'm not going to blame McDonald's.
Okay, so here's what crazy. So the post had 300 shares. Like 3,000 likes. On Rand's Raves, it went viral.
Shut the fuck up. I missed this thing.
Yo, I met somebody at the bar 6 months later, and they were like, 6 months later, they're like, "Are you crab legs, girl?" And I was like, "Oh my
Someone
God.
was just like, "Are you fucking crab legs, girl?"
They were like, "I don't mean to be rude, but are you crab legs, girl?" I was like, "Oh my God, I am." Like, what's funny is the girl died. So, moral of the story.
Wait. Who died? Wait.
My DoorDasher died.
No. All right. Okay. Okay. No, we're gonna start this over right now, like a breaking news.
I hope it wasn't a shellfish allergy.
Hold the fuck on right now. Shut the fuck up. Okay. All right. Let's try this again. Tory Stephens orders from Salt Life. And has a shitty experience, opens her food to find out DoorDasher has eaten half of her shrimp cocktail.
It's crab legs.
Crab legs. Some would ask, how the fuck can she drive with buttery hands? There's no way she ate them. Others would ask, well, why the fuck did she die of a shellfish allergy? No, crabs aren't shellfish, are they?
They're in a shell.
I know they are, but are they considered like that kind of allergy?
Crabs are considered shellfish.
Okay. So your DoorDasher, who you claim ate your food, died of shellfish that night.
No, she didn't. She died of fentanyl. Even better, right?
Well, she definitely didn't eat then.
Pretty much.
Wasn't eating. She wasn't hungry.
I will tell you this. This is a long-going thing. I don't know.
I thought you said I lost. I was thinking you were going to tell me I lost 90 pounds on fentanyl.
I don't know if this is proof that we live in a simulation, but everybody that's ever done me really dirty has died. So I like the one that I'm living in. AKA, don't do me fucking dirty. Keep your little crab leg fingers to yourself.
No, I think sometimes, here's what gets me. Here's what grounds me on that one, because I'm into that theory. I don't want to get into it in the podcast just yet until I'm like, at least we can do it. I mean, until I advertise it, until I warn people.
Yeah. Oh no,
I'd be down with that.
That's one that you won't have to pry me onto this fucking show.
No, but what grounds me on that one is that, like, nah, man, I'd like a way better fucking car. Like, you know what I mean? I'd like a way, way tighter ass. Things like that. You get my drift. What I'm saying is, like, just little things. Is like, I wish that I had a way bigger bank account. So simulation. But if I control everything, then, I mean, I guess I do. But I work my ass off.
Have you tried shaving your toes and selling feet pictures as a woman?
Bro, here's what I will say, and this is honest, and I try to be honest on the show. I just try to be discreet as well, but as honest as I can. I asked my wife about, well, you know what I mean. What I mean is what I mean, and I can't think you'll get my point. What I'm saying is, like, I asked my wife if I could, like, for instance, maybe try out just for, like, this dirty jobs thing, like, showing off my dick and trying to get a dick rating, and, like, because this is like a thing now, like, things like that, just to be. I mean, I know for comedy, like for the podcast, like to get on and just be honest with people. And she was just like, as long as you don't show your face and give your name, do what the fuck you want. And so I'm thinking it's definitely starting a porn career with a fake name. and no face.
Yeah, Twitter is a big area for that.
I don't think it would work for a guy.
It does work for guys.
Unless my dick is as beautiful as I think it is.
It doesn't matter. It's all.
Or I like to believe in advertising.
Okay, you could. Okay, it's all about a niche though. You could be somebody that always eats
tells like a dad joke while
eats ramen noodles while your dick's out. It could be anything.
So it'd be like
a weird niche.
but something like that would sell.
There's passive income and then there's like new income. I don't know what that term.
I'm fine with the income part of it.
So passive income versus new income.
Light, baby. I'm sorry.
There's some people that, their content is good. So whatever they're doing is like consistently niche wise. And these people will keep subscribing to say OnlyFans or whatever.
Sure.
But then you've got people that are really only expecting somebody who, like, maybe they don't post as much. Maybe they only have like 500 photos and they're not really posting. So they're just looking for the initial customer. They're not looking for people to stay. Of course,
that's going to happen. Yeah.
But that's what you could do. So you could have something that's shock factor about that would be completely different, like eating every time you post a nude, or like something weird.
I just tell a funny dad joke every time I orgasm.
Right. Anything that would be really weird, that would be like, I want to see this, and they could even unsubscribe and just pay the initial $20 to go look.
Yeah, I can't. But the thing is,
what are you doing with your camera? Are you scratching?
I'm just trying to get rid of this. I'm trying to get rid of that. No, I think I'm trying to get rid of the shining light in the background.
I don't see anything like that.
What? Because I've just fixed it. But so what I'm trying to say is, the thing is, I don't want to do that. Now, this is me. I don't want to do that for an income. I want to do that for comedy, and I want to do that for an experiment. And maybe I have to do that as an experiment and be secret about it. Because what I'd like to do is like document the whole fucking thing.
You should have
your
wife. You need your wife.
She's not into me.
Bejewel your butt.
Okay, this is who I am.
Have your wife bejewel your butt and take a back shot. And then get that rated.
My wife will not bejewel it. I actually go to a professional for that one.
Well, tip her.
I've got a bejeweler. I've got a bejeweler.
Tip her well. Because
I do. Oh yeah, back to the tipping thing, because this is where this all started. We'll wrap it up with this.
I love how we always come full circle with everything we talk about. We're so fucking ADHD, but we come back.
No, well, that's it. And that's the thing about the fucking topics and the shit. When you try to bail, is like, we know we're going to come full circle. And I got 19 more things I want to talk to you about, but we're only talking about one. And we're going to get back to that full circle, is this Doordash dilemma. And we can talk for 90 minutes if you want about it, but we'll talk about it. What I hate about it. Look. I get it. You get it. Tips are massive. Tips are a part of it. Tips are huge. But you also work for somebody that pays you a wage, right? And that's what you agreed to. I see every 2 days, every 3 days, locally on our resale pages, our rants and raves pages, some employee of Doordash complaining about a tip from a customer. I couldn't do that if I worked at Pizza Hut. I couldn't do that if I worked at Applebee's.
Well, if people submit that into Doordash, they get fired.
They fucking should. Like, I'm telling you right now, I don't mind showing the chick's name. I'll show it. It's ridiculous to me that you can be like, thanks for the tip, asshole. And I don't think I've seen anyone posting customer names.
I will say, do you think it's different than like sitting in a restaurant?
Yeah, absolutely I do.
You do?
Because, yeah, absolutely it is.
Really?
I just called you my wife's name. Tory, they didn't do shit except pick this thing up in their car.
I know, but I think that
I'm not saying I won't tip them. This is not me personally.
DoorDashers deserve more money than servers to an extent sometimes, because they're using their own gas money, and I've seen them go from like really far away.
No, it sucks. It sucks. It sucks to not get a tip. I've been there and I've done it, and I fucking worked my ass off, and I hooked charming fucking dudes. I've hooked charming dudes and sexy girls up with more liquor than I should have.
How do you feel about this situation?
And got fucking
I'm not
2%
saying would
tip.
you complain, but how do you feel about this? My friend, one of my really good friends, does Instacart. It's kind of like DoorDash, but it's groceries.
Yeah, I know Instacart. I love Instacart.
So I don't know if DoorDash works the same way, but he was even communicating with this lady like, hey, they don't have this. Would you like this instead? And
that's cool. I love Instacart for that.
And they're like, hey, if you, because it's got to be like by the rules or whatever. So they're like, if you want to pick that up on the side, like I'll literally give you the money then for doing that. If they don't have this and I already ordered it, you know what I mean? But sometimes these people, I don't know if DoorDash works this way, but Instacart, apparently you can change your tip. And this guy went really out of his way.
There's no way you can't. There's no way you can't change your fucking tip.
So
if you fucking
that makes sense. That makes sense.
Bring me a little fucking flour and a little mint, then I'm gonna go fucking. You know what? I'm gonna change that tip from $4 to $8. What?
No, I'm saying
you can't change
it.
Go ahead. Sorry, baby. Sorry.
The opposite happened here. So he went and picked up a $380 fucking Instacart order, which he communicated with the entire time with the girl,
and didn't get shit.
They changed the tip from a $60 tip to a $20 tip, even after going all the extra. I was like, whoa, they can do that.
They probably
I would be hella pissed.
They probably didn't realize what they were doing. That sounds like they were fucking going to 200.
What does that
fucked it up. It sounds like they were trying to change it from 60 to 200 and fucked up because they were old fucking Jews. Yeah.
I don't know. They were old. They weren't old. So
who the fuck knows?
I know that they get the confirmation.
So what they did is they added.
Wait.
Look, $20 is all right for an hour of your time.
All right, but let's say this too. Even if that were the case, you do get the notification that it's only this much. And you had already kind of paid them and talked to them outside of it to say, hey, get this instead.
You shouldn't lower your tip. That's fucked.
That's what I'm saying. And apparently this has been happening a lot. And that's the only complaints I've ever seen. I haven't seen
so that's something I haven't thought of, Tori. So here it is. You can.
That's why I was bringing it to your.
This is why this. Yeah, thanks. This is why this whole episode is called the DoorDash Dilemma, is because this is new points and it's something I haven't thought about. I know, and it's very easy for me to say you're a DoorDasher. I know you're not, but you're a DoorDasher. Yeah. You can accept the tips that you're getting.
Yeah.
And let's say it's a $60 tip. Well, I'm on top of that shit, but this motherfucker can change it to 20.
Right.
I.e., he can change a 6 to a 2.
He can do anything.
And that is a little
make
shitty.
You work harder. That's shitty.
That's shitty. That is shitty. Now, yeah, that's...
So what's
God
cool
damn
is
it.
apparently...
Do you know what it is, though? Is people aren't fucking cool enough to be like, this guy gave me a $6 tip.
That's what I will say. The internet took away Audacity, which luckily it didn't take it away from us.
Oh, it's big time.
But it took away Audacity...
it took away Audacity, but it gave fucking
It took away face-to-face Audacity, and it gave way to because it's over on the internet, and I never have to see you again. It's fine,
right? Well, that's some of the comments I saw, and that's the question you asked me about restaurant versus this. But some of the comments is I'd be embarrassed to leave that low of a tip. Well, you don't have to be because they leave it at your fucking door, and you don't have to fucking see them again. And you haven't talked to them for an hour and got a refill or not got a refill, or you know what I mean, vice versa. So yeah, you don't have shit to fucking worry about. You don't have to be embarrassed.
I wouldn't take too much offense unless they change my tip. Only because you never know what people are going through, and sometimes they are not.
That's a cocksucking move. Cocksucking move.
They're not able to leave their house sometimes. So I'm just going to, and it makes your day a lot better as a DoorDasher if you take the benefit of the doubt and just swallow it.
Well, exactly, man. And my problem is, and this is my problem.
I used to come up with reasons that people couldn't. They just don't have legs. It's fine. It's okay.
I got a ton of fucking problems, but one of them is I just see it all the time, Tori. Shitty tip. Fuck y'all for giving me this tip. Do you understand how many restaurants are understaffed right now? grocery stores.
Right, I have a really good story for you.
Like, go fucking work for them. Oh, you don't want to? You want the comfort of your car? Well, here's the benefits and the negatives. Sometimes you're gonna shit tip. You agreed. I don't need to fucking read that from you because guess what? I don't want to order DoorDash anymore because I'm scared you're gonna put my $5 tip up, and I don't even want to fucking. I said, shut the fuck up. Like these are pieces of shit, people. They're pieces of shit. They're pieces of shit.
Story you'll like. So
I'm gonna take that clip and play that.
I'm working at a restaurant, and this guy, I'm serving this guy and this girl.
People that complain about lack of tips from DoorDashers are pieces of shit. Go ahead.
So
we're working in a restaurant.
I'm hearing this guy the whole time on this date talking about, girl, you can order whatever you want. In fact, it's so funny. He kept reiterating the fact that she could order whatever she wanted. And then proceeded to not let her speak when ordering, and then literally ordered half the menu for them to just show
way
off.
This is happening.
Their check was about $600. It was very fucking weird though, because literally, sorry, YouTube. It was literally
no. After 10 minutes, you can say with them, "Fuck you, fucking one." Fuck.
So it got awkward because, like, even at the beginning, I could tell. You can tell what kind of guy this person is. Like, you could tell it's the first date.
Oh yeah,
show off.
He probably ordered.
I'm trying to get their drink order, and the guy's like, "Hey, whatever you want. I got my own everything. I don't rely on nobody." And I'm just like, Sprite. Did you what else for you? Like, I'm just sitting here listening to this toxic shit. So anyway, they order everything. And they're like, "Oh my god!" She's like impressed. You can see like the googly eyes. She's like, "Oh, I can't believe I'm finally the guy I've wanted." So they tipped me $20 on $600.
Yeah,
and
it's
so
fucking
whenever
bullshit
I go
when it happens.
But wait, I go to grab the bill. I love this moment in my life. I go to grab the bill, and I kind of do it in a way where I lean it towards where she can see.
Oh, no way.
And she goes,
"Nice move."
Her $20 on.
Oh shit!
And he was like, "Oh, I meant to tip more than that. I wasn't. We were talking, and I forgot." Blah, blah,
I think people don't understand that sometimes ignorance is involved.
I said, "Should I leave this here?" And she's like, "Yes, leave it. We'll fix it." I was like, "Okay," because I wasn't trying to seem like this is too low.
Yeah,
But you were. But I didn't do it in an immature way.
Got it. Got it.
I'm standing in the corner, and he's like, I hear them. He's like, "I would go tell her, sorry, she seems too busy." She's like, "Well, you can fix it." He's like, "Well, it's whatever." I don't know. Anyway, it was such a fucking awkward moment. I could hear it, and I was like, literally not even busy at all. The girl comes up to me. She goes, I hear her at the table say something like, "We're good." And she gets up, hands me a $50 bill, and leaves and apologizes.
So $60 is 10%, 70 is 11%. Not a terrible. Well, I say a terrible tip, but a way better than 20.
How are you gonna brag about how much money you have and then tip like that?
Right, that's what happens. What I'll tell you is, I think that's my problem. Maybe because I think your story is perfect, and because my segue is, used to go to this bar called Tin Roof in Atlanta. I know
what you're talking about. There's one in
Orlando.
Right near.
It's a shit list, and it's all the bad tippers, and it's full of shitheads. Actually, back in those days, I drank Miller High Life because I was poor, and you couldn't order Miller High Life. You had to order piss.
Natural Light.
That bar. It was called piss. You had to order
really?
Piss.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, they made you say it. It was great. It was a great bar. But they had this thing up, and Usher Raymond. What? Go ahead.
I said it's like Dick's Last Resort, but it's for alcohol.
Exactly. It's perfect. It just shows you what's it's are you a man or are you not a fucking man? But these places are like, Usher came in and he spent like $5,000 or something. Or $2,000 or something. If a couple $1,000. And his tips were headshots with autographs. And he is right on that list.
What does that mean?
Capital letters.
Headshots.
Like this. Like right here. Like ready?
His tips were headshots. You were literal.
Yeah. He didn't come on everybody. He didn't walk in there and just masturbate and just come on everyone. Look, if he'd done that, These are my confessions. I came on everybody's face in the tin.
Wait, I don't know. Before I forget this, let me mention this. Have you seen the video?
Huh?
I'm sorry, this is kind of off topic.
Oh, I was just talking about coming on everyone's face.
No, I know.
If I was Usher.
This is a little off topic, but I have to say
that's the point of the show.
Because I thought about this weeks ago to bring this up. Have you seen the video of R. Kelly playing in fucking South Africa, and he's singing a song that goes...
Not yet, but I want to.
He goes, do you got your passport? Did you get your shots? Do you want to come back to America? It's real. I'm like, no, he did.
Listen, we're going to hold off. We're going to sideline. Listen, we will straight up just name. We'll just name next week's show. We'll just name it child molestation or something crazy like that.
Recruiting African.
Mick Motherwell, self-awareless with Tory Stephens, touching children. That's what we'll call it next week. And that's what we'll talk about. We'll talk about the Epstein shit. We'll talk about the R. Kelly shit. We'll talk about my beliefs and what we should do to child molesters. We'll talk about your beliefs and what you do to child molesters. And then we'll let you fart on camera and then watch your children, some of your children.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
How
he only dates people 25 and under.
Let's go through the whole Epstein list. Next week.
Touching on that right now, though.
Oh, touch on me, Billy.
Chris Tucker? I wasn't expecting that one.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Got a few New Year's resolutions before we go. One of them is grow a beard. Check that shit out.
Come without touching myself. Terrible. Come without touching
so bad.
myself.
Trying to not touch yourself?
Come without touching myself.
That's your New Year's resolution?
Like by my mind.
Oh, fuck. That is a cool... Let's talk about that now. That's a cool one. No. Let's be honest. Let's be serious. Like, I am married and obviously being recorded, so I am not trying to fucking be.
What are you actually
into it?
Not trying?
But what the fuck? That's a cool. Oh man. Could a guy have that New Year's?
Oh, we can do it on camera one day. We'll just sit here like, huh?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why the fuck wouldn't that work? I mean, but you gotta be verbal. I understand.
No, you know what we need to do? We need to go.
You don't have to be verbal, do you?
We need to go on fucking. We need to go on. What's his name? He's got the freaking podcast too. We need to go on his.
Tony fucking Rollins.
Zach Moats.
Oh yeah, man, he's dope. Podcast. I've been on his. You want to get on it?
Let's go on there.
Let's go on it together.
Orgasm by our brains.
That sounds good. Listen, we're going to talk later. I love you. I love everyone that listens. I love everyone that's tuned in tonight. Next week, we're going to talk about touching children.
Tonight or tomorrow. Have a wonderful
been there, done that today. Listen, guys, thank you so much for Tory for not bailing on me. You look tremendous, by the way. I need to let you know that.
Hey,
you absolutely do.
How much money should we put on the line if I'll have my taste and smell back by the next episode?
Oh, that's a whole nother 10 minutes if you want to go.
I'm fine.
This bitch got COVID and cannot taste and smell.
And I'm over COVID.
That's insane,
I'm over it, and I still can't taste or smell.
So when I had COVID the first time in November 2020, I think. Yeah. I couldn't taste or smell shit. And I was in my room alone, so I was just ordering food.
Were you still sick? Did you have a runny nose?
No, I was actually all right. One day I had a fever, and that was the day I got diagnosed. I was like, great. So I went home. I was tired. For a week, tired. That's it. Other than that,
I was tired, and I had weird sweats at night.
People out there that don't get it, people out there have had a cold and been like, oh no, I couldn't taste or smell either. No.
No, this is weird.
What I mean is,
it's weird as fuck. Here's
my question. Yeah,
the whole entire time I had COVID, I did not have a runny nose. I did not lose my sense of smell.
That's my question.
I didn't have anything. I could breathe the entire time. And once I got rid of COVID, I lost everything.
How am I supposed to believe it's not a conspiracy? Because obviously I know it is. Okay, so Anyone that thinks I'm a fucking like, ooh, it happened. It's man-made. But how am I not supposed to when it's fucking with my mind? That's on your mind. Jimmy, senses are senses. I get that. But like, I'm not puking. I'm not sick. I can breathe just fine. That's what's the weirdest thing about it. I've had a cold
I'm not
before,
gonna lie. I haven't had COVID.
But you can taste a little and you can smell a little. This is like absolutely, it's gone.
Let me
explain. It's a chemical in your fucking back of your brain that's saying you can't taste or smell.
I haven't been
sorry. I just needed to get over there.
I haven't been sick the whole time. I'm unvaxxed. I'm unvaxxed. I thought I had COVID that like January before they announced in like mid-January that COVID was.
Everyone thought they had it because there was a bad cold going around.
But I don't think that was COVID. Now that I've had COVID, I don't think that was COVID. I had the flu, and it was bad, dude. It was a pretty bad version of the flu. But I will say, this entire time, even being unvaxxed, I will say, I don't know how many people believe this. I do have B negative blood, and they say B blood is affected the least. So
that's what happens. That's what happens. I mean, that's just an experiment.
I don't listen. I think the weirdest thing I've ever experienced in my life to be able to breathe the entire time and then lose it.
That was the weirdest thing.
Like, whoa, it feels like some alien
so many people are like, I lost weight during COVID.
I'm
gonna let you know, my appetite was through the roof. But I also couldn't smell or breathe or smell or taste.
Also, sometimes
I was ordering like $80 of Instacart to my room.
Anything just for searching.
I'm ordering like $80 worth of Publix just to eat and snack on for 10 days. I'm just ordering food to my room.
You want to know what's hilarious?
And I couldn't smell or taste.
You know what my last meal was the night before COVID? I woke up?
Oh yeah, you still don't have a sense of taste.
I still don't right now.
Yeah, what was your last meal?
So what's funny is, like I said, I was sick, and then I wasn't sick anymore. I finally felt like I was really feeling it in my lymph nodes. I was really not feeling good. I wasn't moving.
Sure.
And I was
you're sick,
like, gross. But I didn't have like a major cough. I didn't have like anything. I thought I had strep, and I don't have tonsils, and I haven't had strep since then. So I was like, what's going on? Right. But it was just so insane that the fact that finally it was the morning that I felt way better. I was finally able to move, and I didn't feel that like being hit by a train, like I can't move feeling like, ugh, I'm not heavy.
That's how you feel when you get the vaccine.
So I went out for a belated birthday dinner with a friend, and I got crab legs, ironically, at the Down Under.
I'm fucked.
So the next day,
it's the shellfish.
The next day, I'm feeling better again, and it's just literally absolutely nothing. Like, I can smell some perfume, and that's about it. I guess Mick left the chat, so I hope everybody has a awesome Wednesday tomorrow, and try to not get AIDS